Welcome back, Starcraft 2 fans. Here we go for today's daily match, and I'm very late today, I'm sorry, but I've been fiddling with video editing because I needed to find about some new things. I need to fix my videos, they're still not perfect, and there's some people that told me that on iPhones they just show up all crooked and I want that fixed. Anyway, never mind that. Here we go. This is a match, as you guys seen there on the chat. Yes, one of those rare replays that actually got released by the opponent of IdrA, and we just got it here. Here, as you can see, it's IdrA playing already on his new account on the IdrA, which means that it's the account that he plays on Team Evil Geniuses. It's his new account on his new team. You guys already know who IdrA is, obviously. American player called Greg Fields, been a Brood War professional player, played Terran on Brood War, interesting or not, and then he just started very early on the beta phase of the Starcraft 2. He tried some Protoss, but then he just quickly changed into Zerg, and he's been one of the Zerg Masters since ever. Much respect to IdrA. I think he's one of the few players that actually has a fan club and probably has a haters club as well. So yeah, well, anyway, I think he's quite a fine player, and I'm just so happy that I was able to pick up this replay. So hopefully this is going to be a pretty interesting game, so we can see IdrA on the move, especially because he's already qualified for the Season 2 of the GSL. It's already confirmed. More players play today. From what I counted, at least like 8 or 10 Zergs are already qualified, and hopefully more tomorrow incoming would be nice. It's still not balanced from what I saw on the list. There's still more Terrans and more Protosses qualified than Zergs, but it's not very far away. From what I noticed, it's fairly close. I still am just blabbering about IdrA. I still didn't present his opponent. Okay, this Terran player, I checked his name, and well, on a very rough translation, obviously, and anyone knowing Korean, and I don't know any Korean, can correct me. Obviously, you can feel free to correct me, but his name translated to English, it's something like Seoyeonji. So I'm gonna call him Seoyeonji, and you guys can correct me later on just on the pronunciation, or if I'm just getting something wrong, just feel free to correct me, and let's follow this match because I'm quite excited to see IdrA playing. You pretty much never get any replays from him, so whoa, cool. Let's take a look at this. As you guys saw, very quick hatchery there going down. IdrA already has the spawning pool there. SEV from Seoyeonji checking what's going on around the base. Well, nothing is going wrong because IdrA just went for the fast expo, so he's going to be a bit vulnerable now on this first couple of minutes. But Seoyeonji went for the barracks. He's just locking his door, complete wall off, and the racks into a command center. So seems like he's going to consider going for a fast expand maybe, and picking up both refineries at the same time, both gas at the same time going down. Pretty interesting opening here for Seoyeonji. On IdrA's side, what else is he getting? He already has his queen, getting the spawn larva, and his expo, it's almost done. Here on Seoyeonji's side, seems like that IdrA is sending his first couple of Zerglings just to try out his door, see if it's actually locked, or if he can enter and just wreak havoc here. But yeah, seems like that it's fairly tight, so you won't be able to do much about this. What else is he? He's spreading slowly his overlords, as you guys see, getting the top best positioning possible so he can control Seoyeonji if he decides to move away and advance into his base. So good positioning there with the Zerglings right on the door, making sure that nothing will come out without him noticing. And it appears that IdrA will be ahead on the economy game, or econ game like I was calling him just now. He's going to be working out of 2 bases pretty soon and going straight into a lair. He's not getting any defenses at all. I mean, okay, there's a spine crawler and a couple of queens, and that's basically it. So he is risking a bit, but seems like that Seoyeonji is being pretty passive on his game as well, so he's just taking advantage of it. Meanwhile, let's see the income, because I'm pretty sure that IdrA will be pulling ahead pretty soon. For now he's still balanced and the harvester count is quite similar, but soon enough, working out of 2 hatcheries, he will be able to get more drones and probably pull ahead on the economy. Meanwhile here, the wall off is getting changed into 3 supply depots. Fairly weak, especially against banelings, Not sure if IdrA is a big fan of banelings, but might do a big effect here. And on Seoyeonji's base, he's going for 2 racks with the factory and already getting the reactor attached there. Let's see what's in the production. Yeah, appears that he's gonna be into a Marine Marauder Ball, or at least on a big bio composition on his army, because the stim pack is already going down, and he's also getting a starport, so some medivacs might be coming pretty soon and make an M composition of his army. Fairly useful, obviously, and very effective for Terran players, just not the most original ever, but I guess that things are just like that. Meanwhile, as you can see, IdrA finished his lair and went straight into an infestation pit, and this quite of an interesting opening, because from Zerglings into infestors, I would say, at least that's what I'm thinking that he's going for, it is a bit of a gap. Oh, meanwhile, Seoyeonji making sure that no surprise drop will be coming on the back of his base, getting a supply depot there, and this one is just patrolling, making sure that this Overlord won't be able to approach without getting shot. IdrA is not very worried about it, he's just settling his game. And it appears that he's preparing himself for a long macro game, just wanting to have his economy as much further compared with Seoyeonji's economy as possible. As you can see, he's already ahead, and look on the harvester count. He's pulling ahead on harvesters, and he obviously reflects on the economy. What is he getting here? Yeah, there it is. Pathogen glands for these infestors. We're gonna have an AoE fest, fungal growth all the way. One of the finest spells, shall I call it like that, or abilities or skills from the infestor. Very useful to hold off big clumps of units like this one. Basically, look at the amount of marines, followed by a single siege tank. Seems like that Seoyeonji is gonna make a fairly standard composition. Marine Marauder Ball, probably. For now, it's straight marine with some mech siege tanks backing it up, and there's medivacs incoming as well, but he's gonna advance into IdrA's bases, and they might be wanting to try to apply some early pressure into IdrA, see if he breaks. Here comes Infestor. Oh, beautiful fungal growth right on top of all of those units. Another one, and look of them. Oh, all of them just got grinded down. Beautiful fungal growth right there, and the Zerglings just finished off that siege tank really fast. Seoyeonji pulling back, he just changed his mind, I guess, after getting that big bash, and he's advancing to pick up his natural expo, so the economy will be more balanced now. But IdrA seems to be restless and relentless about his macro game, already passing to the third base, second expo. He wants to be ahead of the Terran player, and he's making sure of it. For now, it's still very, very balanced, and seems like that IdrA is preparing a big wave of Zerglings to advance. I'm not sure if it's only for scouting purposes, but he has enough here to at least intimidate his opponent for a while. He doesn't have many defenses here. Siege tank already sieged there, just making up the defense. There's already a command center going down to pick up the third base, and meanwhile medivac dropping several marines into IdrA's main base. IdrA spotted it with that Overlord. I'm pretty sure that defense is coming. Oh, more fungal growth right on top, with the Queen trying to shoot that medivac. Here comes the Zerglings. No chance. Oh, we picked all of them, but now the medivac got hold, and he's dropping them one by one to get killed. Oh, it's so bad. IdrA just played brilliantly here. Medivac down, and Marines down. How awesome was that? He's just so aware of everything. Very well played. And meanwhile, he already has his third expo going down. Econ-wise, still balanced. Seems like the mules are keeping Seoyeonji on this game, which is quite good for him, obviously, and is making just a very balanced game. And his command center is already waiting here, so he's probably considering expanding pretty soon. Keep in mind that if he's trying to risk to go probably to the high mineral field here, this is a very difficult place to defend. You need proper defenses there, and I'm not sure if Seoyeonji has what it takes at the moment. As you can see, 2 Hellions, 3 siege tanks, 9 marines. It's not enough, simple as that. And meanwhile, IdrA sending a big wave of Zerglings, advancing all the way south, probably preparing some pressure into Seoyeonji. He has more of an army, 46 Zerglings, 6 infestors and 3 queens. And Seoyeonji not risking going for the high mineral field. Also, look at how IdrA has map control here. Both Selnaga watchtowers and overlords. He has basically almost half the map controlled. Even send a Zergling here, making sure that the opponent doesn't expand all the way to the opposite side of the map, which could be a very quiet, calm place to just keep mining. He's doing it by himself, as you can see. He keeps expanding more and more, and he's just going into a huge macro game. Already going for Ultralisks really fast. There it is, Ultralisk Cavern going down. Hive is already up going. scan going down, so his opponent knows in which level of tech he is, but IdrA is just being upgrading so fast and macroing just his game as much as he can, and actually Seoyeonji is letting him. I'm not sure if this is going to be the best option. It's a bit risky to let IdrA just go this further into the late game, but well, pretty soon he's going to have some Ultralisks knocking at his door, and plenty of upgrades incoming. 2 Evo chambers here, as you can see on the Natural Expo. Here comes a small group of Hellions advancing. They already have the Infernal Pre-Igniter, I think. We're gonna see the Blue Flame pretty soon, and there's a lot of production going on. Upgrades for both sides, and also a Raven incoming. This is going to be pretty useful. Well, at least I like the point defense drone, to be honest. But oh, Blue Flame roasting all of those, and how beautiful! Oh, big wave of Zerglings surrounding all of those Hellions, and look at how fast they went down. And those fungal growth work just brilliant, so good. Notice on the minimap how IdrA has all of the places controlled. His overlords already have overlord the speed, and he's just completely cornering, just pinning Seoyeonji into this area here. Seoyeonji has what? Engineering by getting his upgrades, 4 factories, and what else he has as a 4 racks, just has 2 racks, so it seems like he's gonna transition into some kind of mech build, or basically he already did, because there's plenty of Hellions around. I just don't see that many siege tanks. Let's see the units. He only has 4 siege tanks, 2 Banshees, so we're gonna see some Banshee pressure pretty soon, I would say. Not sure where they're going yet. There's one going there, but it seems like he's slowly transitioning into a mech build, kinda heavy, because he already has 4 factories here, as you guys can see, and now he's taking his chances, risking to get a command center on this high mineral field. It's very hard to sustain this place. He's getting the planetary fortress to just reinforce it, but with the control of these 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers, IdrA knows what he's going for, and he's probably going to prepare his game. There they are, the Ultralisks. Look at the upgrades, 4-1 already. This is going to be very, very powerful on IdrA's side. And what else is getting here? The Banshee has been poking at this hatchery, and now all of the infestors coming and just fungal growthing that Banshee, and infested Terrans incoming. Another fungal growth on top, and now the infested Terran's probably gonna finish it off. There's no full cloaking field going down, and down goes the Banshee. Pop goes the Banshee. Where else is going here? Yeah, he's making sure he has air defenses, it seems. Putting these overlords away, maybe making sure that it doesn't get any surprise on the back of his base. And here comes another Banshee, while IdrA appears to be preparing himself to land here. Prepare a land, just a hatchery to get the high mineral field for himself. Let's look at the income. Whoa, tremendous income for both sides. They've been macroing like mad.